Happy Halloween, YouTube! We are here to, I guess, have a bit of a special YouTube episode dedicated to Halloween and the challenges that it might pose for our dogs.
Now, the challenge is that, first off, it might pose for your dog is that Eliza may dress them up for Halloween. And so actually, at level 1, there's some odd costumes going on, right? Like there's some odd costumes, whether that's for your dog or whether that's out and about. You might see spooky things that you may never have seen before, like a pumpkin dog. You could see literally bats, cats, broomsticks, you know what, you name it, they are out there. Spooky times.
And with that, what you need to be aware of is that this poses really real novel things for your dogs that they're going to have to figure out how to respond to. And I guess the key here is, and the way that we can support our dogs the most, is first of all thinking about what situations do I need to put them in, and actually what situations are just not for them right now, right? Maybe they don't need to greet the trick-or-treaters at the door. Maybe they don't need to go on walks on the evening of Halloween when they're likely to see lots of people walking around with weird costumes.
We just say, you know what, they're not going to have any access to the front door for the next couple of days because we know we may get trick-or-treaters. Or maybe we say that actually we're not going to have any visitors over for the next few days, just knowing that they're already going to find this time tough. Maybe it's that we need to do a little bit of a top up on some of the games that we know they really, really like. Games like, the pumpkin, games like Magic Hand, or games like, for her, for example, I know that tricks like jumping or being around legs. Hey, you says, I'll do under legs. Okay, you go those legs, do you? Those are the legs you want to do. So whatever it might be that you know your dog might enjoy around, get it, Halloween, actually, maybe we need to, no, you're definitely doing those legs. Maybe it's those that we want to work on and actually top them up in the event that actually they may be getting less physical exercise, but more of the mental exercise and more of the games in the house. That can be really, really powerful for you and your dog.
And then finally, it's about making sure that when the world asks them a question of, am I good or am I bad? Am I something to worry about? Like there's a kid in a costume. That's basically the environment saying to your dog, am I something scary? Am I something to worry about? We're there ready to reward them, giving them some of their daily food allowance so that we can actually say, hey, I spot that too. It's a good thing. Here is a bit of your daily food allowance. The power is in your hand. There's so much that you can control. In this time, there's many things you cannot control, but you can certainly control how you support your dog, and those are the strategies that we'd consider.
And in terms of literally Halloween itself, guys, the biggest thing I would say for you and your dogs is embrace it, enjoy it. Don't fight the fact that people are doing things that you don't agree with. Actually do the things that you can do, empower yourself and empower your dog in the way that you know you can. And from there, you lead a much more empowered future together. So that was this episode of YouTube. Make sure you share it. Make sure it gets worldwide. Share the Halloween pumpkin, if nothing else. You know what? For pumpkin value, I think people need to see this. In terms of Halloween, make sure that your neighbor, your sister, your mother, your brother, anyone who has a dog, hears this first, because we absolutely know it makes a difference. Equally, if you haven't checked out our podcast has a very special Halloween edition, so check that out too. We'll see you next week, YouTube, and we can't wait to share a bit more.